Good morning, everyone. No funny intro for this one, sadly, because this is a more serious topic from 2 weeks ago. So if I try to be humorous, I would look real insensitive. Basically today, I came across a post from an artist that wanted to reach out to people about their situation with her abusive family who wanted her to marry her cousin. Yeah, and it's a very difficult situation because not only is it her family, but also he's financially dependent on them for stuff like her college tuition. I forgot to include this in my first recording, but in her coffee that she made for this, she seems to have already reached 80% of her $50,000 goal. So if you guys want to, go donate or just commission her for some art stuff. Either way, I might be a bit late to this, but when I first went through it, I was just baffled by how insane it sounded. Okay, so I followed organically on Twitter, and when I first read through it, it blew my fucking mind. It's insane. So of course, trigger warning, essay, abuse, and incest. Please help me by sharing or retweeting this thread. Thank you for taking your time to read my story. Here's my coffee if you want your help to donate. Refer to my document below for further context or proof. Yeah, I'll go through over the story, right, and I'll click on the Google Doc. So basically, I'm forcefully marrying my cousin. What a great intro. Last year I flew back to visit my family. I got greeted by my dad and stepmom. Everything seemed to go normally at first. And then one day my dad wanted to talk. I was informed that my cousin proposed to me. I told my dad I really don't want this, and when he started baiting me to feel bad for him, I told him I want to continue my education first. He couldn't take no for an answer. I got beaten up. Oh Jesus! My phone got taken away, and I felt helpless. This part's fucking crazy. When my dad took my phone, he found messages with the opposite gender. Murder entered the scene. He threatened to kill me, and I saw him sharpening a knife. I got scared. And a quotation, since I come from a very conservative family, honor killing is no stranger. Yeah, from my understanding, right, it seems like this is like an Islamic person or like a Muslim, where like this family is very, again, I scroll down for replies. I think one person says as well, honor killings, Islamic faith is not a religion, it's culture. The same twisted people who do this stuff would turn around and act religious the next day. So from my understanding, they might be Muslim, I believe. And to get back to the story, where we right down here. I escaped because I felt threatened. I went near a random building and stayed there for 2 hours. The owner of the building asked me what I was doing there, so I told him that my dad wanted to kill me, and this officer called the dad after. Great idea. The owner called the police for me, and I told him the whole story. The owner called the police, but then the police called the dad. The police asked for my dad's contact and called them. He didn't call my dad, and somehow my dad convinced them I was crazy. My dad then showed up, and I was brought back home. We went back home. I went through a panic attack, and my dad was worried I'd go crazy. My dad started confronting me and manipulating me into believing he's doing this for me and for him, so that a man can take care of him when he gets older. Whatever. I cried a lot with no way to contact the outside world, as my phone was taken and the only thing I can do was drawing on paper, and I was eventually forced to agree so I can get my stuff back and be allowed to continue my studies. Now I'm engaged to my cousin, and he's supposed to sexually approach me in December. For now, I was allowed to fly back to complete my studies, but I'm financially dependent on my dad. I mean, thankfully, I guess if they're like in a different country now, hopefully they can like contact the police or just get some different help. Because, if they come back home, if they're financially dependent on their dad, hopefully they can get some help from somebody else. Because their family, with all due respect, seems insane. There's nothing I hate more than asking for help, so I try open art commissions while keeping it affordable. I realized that I can never make enough money to escape with my current prices and art commissions in general, so I decided to make this document. Thank you for reading, support me on Coffee. Apologies for my bad English. So yeah, once again, I'll now open the Google Doc now and see like the evidence, because it's not entirely bullshit. This is all allegedly right, but like it seems like with this Google Doc there is some backing behind this with all the proof. I was like, if you guys want to support them, here's the coffee and their own profile. Add Longlongbunny. There we go. TLDR, father is forcing me to marry my cousin, or he would not continue my education or support me financially. Or that's, well, I feel bad for them, because if their only like avenue outside this is to make like commissions on Twitter, I feel bad for them, because it's not the best. I mean, people make good money on Twitter, right? But if you're studying in uni and you're making money from that, it unfortunately wouldn't be enough because it's very difficult. Hopefully, like, you know, like this gets more attention and they can like make some more money, you know, get some more commission from people, because this is a very depressing situation. I feel very bad for them if it's true. For context, I come from a very conservative Muslim family. There we go. Currently, I am studying abroad. To start, I come back to my home country every December where my family resides. Last December was no different. I flew back there to see my family for about a month. Then out of nowhere, my dad said to me that my cousin, who proposed to me when I was 15, when I was 15 or 16, had proposed to me again. He did it before? Fucking hell. And he thinks this is the right time for marriage. He then said to me that, I'm guessing, how old are they? They might be the same age, and if so, they might be in college. He then said to me that if I declined this proposal, he would not be continuing my education. And then one day, my dad found out about me messaging with the opposite gender in my contacts, and he got so angry and threatened to kill me. He even sharpened his knife. I think, yeah, we were this part, right? I think during this time, you know, because they had no phone, they were just drawing. I mean, this is very awful stuff. I feel very bad. I feel very bad for them. Yeah, and then again, you know, if you guys, you know, trigger warning. And there is proof here of the abuse they suffered with bruises. Jesus Christ. As a last-ditch effort, I finally agreed to the proposal. Only then he gave me my phone back, and the reason why I'm back in abroad in the first place. My plan was to pretend to accept the marriage, so when I'm back, I have an opportunity to escape. However, even when being in a different country, my dad is still terrorizing me and threatening me, making sure that I'm not doing anything on plan to escape. So I have been trying my best to keep everything low key. So my dad, I mean, it right now it might be low key, but like, this story is massive. You know, like 32k likes, getting off attention. Because if he doesn't, again, you know, I say it right, but I hope that the dad, the family, doesn't find this, because you know, I fear the consequences. Financially, thankfully, the wedding is planned for next December, so at the end of this year. And I also have not met my cousin. I was only given his number, and my dad said to talk to him. All this time, every time I get a message or a call from my cousin, my heart just spikes. I'm scared. I just don't ever want to talk to him ever through messages. Recently, my stepmom messaged me regarding the wedding and my cousin. She asked if I still talk to my cousin, and then she told me to prepare and take care of my skin and body for my cousin. Fuck. My cousin will approach me sexually. If we were meant to get... Bro, can I be honest? I live in a student accommodation. If my fucking doormates hear this shit, you know, they're gonna think I'm weird as shit. If we were to get married in December, that's always been his motivation. He's out to hinder marriage to me when I was about 13 years old and proposed to me when I was around 15 or 16. I want to know, like, you know, what part I can skip, because, you know, hopefully you guys get the story already. Some of this is very grim. Additionally, he originally wanted the wedding to happen in May, but thankfully, since I have an ongoing semester in that period, it was postponed to December. He's in a hurry. I'm scared. I keep on having nightmares every day. Fucking hell, once done. I've been trying my best at all the options I have to escape. My best chance right now is with commissions, and thanks to you guys for your continued support. But at the same time, I will still have to pay for my college tuition, and then I'll have to take care of my documents regarding my citizenship and visa. And truthfully, I don't think the amount of money that I'm making right now would be enough at all. Yeah, you know, like I said before, it wouldn't really be that much. I'm starting to run out of options, and as December is slowly approaching, I'm also starting to run out of time. I'm very ashamed to have made this post. Oh, come on. But at this point, I'm very desperate. I'm also very ashamed to ask for this, but I could really use some help right now. If you would like to assist me on escaping, you can commission me, or you can donate to my coffee. Any amount or any form of support, this would be greatly appreciated. Once again, I'm very sorry to make this post, but I can't think of any other way I could escape this. I apologize for any grammatical errors. English is my first language. I mean, it was fine, to be honest. Thank you for taking your time to read this document. There you go. Again, you know, if you guys feel bad for them, you know, they have a coffee, they have a Twitter, you know. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I see a lot of people on Twitter, like, you know, blowing money on commissions, you know, like very weird stuff. So, you know, if you have any money to spare, you know, and you believe them, go give them some right now. I mean, it's very difficult, right? Because, you know, I think if you, like, you know, you want to contact the police about this, but like, what can they really do? It's a different culture, and also it's your own family. It's a very difficult situation. Hopefully, you know, like, the commissions on Twitter go off well enough that they can, you know, rely on that apart from the family. But like I said before, right, it's very difficult. Like, they would have to work day and night on commissions to barely break even, you know, and pay for the tuition and food and all other stuff. So, if all that's true, right, I feel very bad for them. Hopefully, it takes off and gets more attention. But if it doesn't, I would advise them, to like get help from somewhere else. Because if you rely solely on Twitter, right, it might not go that well for you. But again, I feel like there are some authority you could contact to help you. Because once again, it's a very fucked situation if it's true. But like, even if it's like some parts are altered, this story by itself was fucking insane. I'm gonna be honest.